So now next question is write a C++ program to read n numbers. Okay. So in this question we will take the numbers with the help of array and we want to sort the numbers in ascending order. So this is our question, and in this question we have implemented one method which is called as bubble sorting method just to sort the values. So the code which is displayed in front of you, this is related to the taking input, that is taking array from the user, but it is not specified that we have to take only 5 numbers in the array or not. Whatever value which is entered by the user as the value of n, that number of elements we should take as the elements of array. So this is reason why while declaration, here we have declared the array up to 100 values, means our A array will contain 100 numbers. Okay, and this is the value of n variable which we will take, which will decide how many number of elements we are going to take as the input for the array. And this is the reason why first we have taken the value of n variable and then enter the elements up to n value. For example, if I have entered the value of n variable as 5. Okay, so enter the elements means because of I equal to 0, again condition will be checked, that is 0 less than 5. Okay, condition is true, and because of which the first element, that is a of 0, will be taken as an input, okay, from the keyboard. Like that, because of I plus plus, I will be 1. Again 1 less than 5, condition is true. Then we will enter the next element, that is a of 1. Similarly, in the next iteration we are having I equal to 2. 2 less than equal to 5, again condition is true, a of 2 we will enter. Then we are having, because of I plus plus, I will be 3. 3 less than 5, so condition is true, so we will enter the input as a of 3. Then we are having I equal to 4. So 4 less than 5, again condition is true, we will enter the value of a of 4. So just count the number of elements. This is first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So we have specified n equal to 5 means we have to take 5 elements only. So again, because of I plus plus, I will be 5. But 5 less than 4, condition will be false. So only 5 elements will be taken from the user. So first this thing we need to perform, and we have seen the concept of swapping. So that we are going to use in this program. So now we will see the actual logic which will perform the sorting function. So till now whatever code we have seen, we have just taken the number of elements which should we take as a part of array, and after that with the help of for loop we have taken the elements from the user. This much code we have written. Okay, after this now I am just switching the page, because this particular program is of 2-page program. So this is the basic logic, this is the logic which we have implemented, and this particular logic definitely will gives us the proper result. So now we are going to see the execution, and actually this method is called as ascending order. With the help of single for loop also it is possible, but as a beginner this method will be definitely useful and easy to remember for you. So I have added this particular method only. So just see the execution again. Before execution you should know how the nested for loop works, then and then only you will come to know the execution, and if not, still I have explained the same in this program. I will try to explain everything. So now just see, we are having I. Now I am imagining n equal to 5. Okay, so this is my imagination, we are having n equal to 5, and after that I am considering one array. That array is like here I am writing the array, n is 5, and then array a of 0, suppose I have entered 11 as a value, a of 1 I have entered 8 as a value, then a of 2 I have entered suppose 0 3 as a value, then a of 3 I have entered as a 12, and after that a of 4, this is the last index. 5 elements means our array index is always start from 0 to 4, so there will be total 5 elements. So this I am imagining as 0 1. Okay, a of 4 equal to 0 1. So this array I am taking as an input, and now we will see how the array will get changed because of this particular logic. So just see here, I equal to 1, so I have written I equal to 1. Again condition checking will be there, that is 1 less than 5. Yes, condition is true. Sorry, I equal to 0 we have taken. So I equal to 0, then 1 less than equal 0 less than 5, condition is true. So if this particular condition is true, we will enter inside the for loop. We have just entered this second for loop, that is j wala for loop. After that, what code we have written? J equal to I plus 1. We have written j equal to I plus 1. Okay. So what is value of I? 0. So 0 plus 1, that is 1. So now we are having j equal to 1 as a value. Again condition checking will be there, that is 1 less than n, that is 1 less than 5. Yes, condition is true. So now we have written if block. As the condition is true, we will enter inside the for loop. So this is the code which is present, that is if block is present inside the for loop. And in this particular code, what we have written? A of I, that is what is value of I? 0. So a of 0 is compare with the a of j. What is value of j variable? Just see here, 1. So a of 0 is compare with the a of 1. It is very common sense, that is first we will compare this number, that is first element of array, with the remaining numbers. Okay, because there is no use of comparing 0 with 0, and this is the reason why the second for loop which we have taken j, that we have started with I plus 1, because same index value we are not going to check here, which is useless. So we have to compare the first element with the other elements. सेम एलिमेंट्स के साथ हम लोग कंपेयर नहीं करेंगे, अदरवाइज इट विल नॉट गिव अस एनी लॉजिक. So here I hope it is clear to you why we have taken j as a I plus 1 value. So what is value of a of 0 is 11, is greater than a of 1 is 8. So condition is true. So if the condition is true, what will be the next step? We have written some logic, and this logic is swapping logic is there. Temp equal to a equal to b equal to 10. This logic we have written for the swapping program. Same logic we have written, but in place of a b we have taken a of I and a of j. So because of temp equal to a of I, what will happen? The a value of a of I, that is a of 0, 11, is copied inside the temp. So now temp will be 11. Then we have written a of I, that is a of 0 equal to a of j. Inside a of 0, which value will get copied? J's value. So what is value of j? 8. A of j is 8. So now a of 0 contains 8 as a value. After that, what we have written? A of j, that is a of 1 equal to what? Temp. So what is value of temp? 11. So that will be copied inside a of 1. So now these are your two values, two new numbers. A of 0 is 8 and a of 1 is 11. So now in reality, how the nested for loop will work? Now I is not going to get increase because we are present inside this for loop. We have already entered inside this for loop. Okay. So till the time this condition is not false, that much time we will remain inside this for loop only. If this condition is false, then and then only the outer for loop is going to get increase. This is the basic rule for nested for loop. जब तक inner for loop की condition false नहीं होती, outer for loop increase नहीं होगा. So now currently we are present inside j वाला for loop. So because of j plus plus, now value of j will increase. That is j was 1, so now value of j will be 2. Okay. Again the comparison will take place, 2 less than 5. Yes, condition will be true, and again the comparison will be there, that is a of now I is 0 only and j is 2. So a of 0 is compared, that is a of I is compared with a of j, that is a of 2. So now if you notice, because of first iteration we will not take 11 as the value of a of 0. Because of this execution, because of first iteration, now a's value is changed, which is 8. So now we will take 8 as a value. So this new value which you got because of execution, that you will consider is greater than a of 2. What is value of a of 2? 0, 3. Again condition is true. 8 greater than 3. Yes, it is true. So because of which again exchange will take place, that is inside temp variable value of a of 0 will get copied. So now temp will contain 0 as a value, sorry 8 as a value. Then a of I, that is a of 0 will contain a of j's value, that is a of j is 0 3, and a of j, that is a of 2 will contain the value of temp variable, that is a. Again now in this iteration also program is changed, your array is changed. Again same execution, I will not change, I will be 0 only. J is equal to 3 because of j plus plus. Again 3 less than 5 condition is true. Next comparison will take place. That is we will compare a of 0 is greater than a of 3 we will check. So again in previous iteration we got the new value of a of 0. So we will take the new value and we will compare that value with a of 3, that is 12. So now in this situation the condition is false because 3 is not greater than 12. So we will thrown out of the if. So out of if आते ही क्या होगा, because of j plus plus j will be increased. So next iteration will be I will remain 0 only, j will be 4. So again 4 less than 5, yes condition is true. So a of 0 is compared with the a of 4. So a of 0 now in this iteration it is not changed. So we will take the value of a of 0 in the second iteration, that is we will consider 0 3 as a of 0 and a of 4 value is 1, 0 1. So now this particular comparison take place, because of which what output we got, yes this condition is true. So exchange will take place, here no change is there, here exchange will be there, that is temp equal to a of I, that is temp equal to 0 3. After that a of I, that is a of 0 equal to a of j, that is 0 1, and again a of 4 equal to temp. So what is value of temp, that is 0 3. So again because of I will remain same, but because of j plus plus j will be 5. But now when we check the condition 5 less than 5, condition is false. So as I inform you, as I told you, once the inner for loop condition will get false, after that outer for loop will be increased. So outer for loop will increase means the next iteration will be I equal to 1. It never start with the 0 because 0 iteration is already done. So it will start from I equal to 1, and inside again I equal to 1. After that we will come to this j's for loop. So now j's for loop will start with I plus 1, that is value of j will be 2. Means if you notice this particular execution, the new array which we got after this execution, after first iteration is, if you notice a of 0 at the end, now the value of a of 0 is 1, 0 1. Then inside a of 2, just see a of 2 is having 0 8 as a value. Sorry, a of 2 nahi. A of 1 will have 11 as a value. So this is your new array 11. Then a of 2, just see this execution, a of 2 is 0 8. Then a of 3 is not changed because there is no change. So a of 3 will remain 12 only. And a of 4 at the last execution we got 0 3. So this will be your new array, which we will consider for the next iteration. And next iteration means I will be 1 and j will be 2. And again this type of execution will be performed. So I hope this is clear to all of you, how the sorting will take place. So after each and every iteration, if you notice here we got the smallest number. So as they told us, ascending order means small to largest number we will move. So because of first iteration we got the smallest number. After that when we perform the second iteration, I equal to 1 and I equal to 2, j equal to 2, then we will get the second smallest number, that is in next iteration definitely at the position a of 1, definitely we are going to have 0 3 as a value. So in each and every iteration we will get smaller numbers. So like that the sorting will take place. And similarly this is the question where we want to find out ascending, right? So for ascending we are writing this condition, that is greater than wala. If you want to write down the same program for descending, again we will copy the same program. but only this symbol you will change. In place of greater than, you will write down less than. So if you make this particular changes, in place of greater than, if you are writing less than, then definitely the descending order, the array will be sort in descending order. So yes, so this particular, because of this particular logic, definitely we will get the sorted array which is stored inside A of I. So now we are going to display that. So to display that, I have written this particular code. Just see the code. I have just displayed one sentence, that is array in a sorted order, ascending into round bracket I have written, and then I have simply with the help of for loop I have displayed the array. For I equal to 1, 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and then in cout I have displayed A of I value. So because of this particular code, the array final output, that is sorted array in ascending order, will get displayed. So this is the program for sorting, and here we have make use of bubble sorting method. This logic which we have written, that is called as bubble sorting. So I hope it is clear to you.